Welcome back, biggity back, big back, biggity back to my channel. Hell yeah. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Sandy Buskin and we are doing something fun today. As you guys probably worked out, I've been traveling India quite a bit and back home now, but I was traveling India for a good long minute. Today, I'm going to be doing a top tips on traveling to India video. Can you hear that rain? That rain is so loud. Can you be quiet up there? Thank you. Alright, just bear with me guys. I think that I've done enough traveling India to be able to give you guys my personal opinion on what I think you should and what you shouldn't do. If you guys agree with things, then let me know. If you disagree with things, if you think I've forgotten, make sure you leave it down below. I'm sure the next person will be grateful. They'll be like, oh, you know what, I never thought about that. But yes, that does seem like a problem. Before we begin this video, I'd love if you guys could hit that subscribe button. I just want to send a special shout out to Uncle Jane, because that kid, he watched every single one of our videos and he commented on every single one of our videos. Thank you, Uncle Jane, for actually watching them, because you know, I make them and people don't always watch them, but evidently you have, and you know more about my life than I do. And now, the video. Number 1, don't drink the water. I think this is pretty common across most of Asia. There is a high chance there is going to be something nasty in the tap water, so I always recommend bringing purification tablets or just drinking bottled water. Most hotels you go to will provide bottled water, so if you can just stock up, put them in your suitcase, even if you don't drink them, come home like I did with like 10 bottles of water. Number 2, make sure that all the fruit you eat is peeled and all the vegetables are cooked. This kind of comes back off the whole don't drink the water thing. If you can't peel the fruit, it's going to be probably washed in the water, especially for people that aren't used to it. If you are used to drinking the water, then you'll be fine, but if you have a weak foreign stomach like mine, it's not going to end well for you guys. Oh my gosh, so sick. What is this stupid sneezy reaction? Number 3, make sure you guys bring toilet paper everywhere you go. You never know when you might need some. Sometimes there will be squat toilets and they may not actually have toilet paper. If you get an emergency situation where you're having a bit of an exploding anus, it is advisable to carry a roll of toilet paper around with you at all times. Toilet paper can be doubled as tissues, you know, when you blow your nose constantly like I am. Definitely recommend it. My honest and personal opinion, if you have the opportunity to go to the toilet at the hotel, that is going to be the best thing for you, because sometimes the toilets can be a little bit scary. I think that goes for any public toilet in the whole world, you know. Number 4, when you're out eating, definitely go to the place that looks the dodgiest, because I 110% guarantee that food is going to be the most authentic. It's going to be some guy sitting at the back with his like wok or saucepan, and he's going to be making the best curry that you can get. Maybe that westernized place looks kind of nice. If you're going for Mr. Singh's probably going to have better food than Mr. Hilton. Number 5, bribing. Yes, it's unethical. Does it work? Yes. A little bit of cash goes a long way in India. When you get to the hotel, if you just give the bellhop a couple extra rupees, and be really appreciative of that, because you're probably not getting paid that much, and you will get better service. So he'll come to you every single day. I've seen this happen everywhere I go, you know. He'll be there waiting for you at the end of the day, ready to take your bags. Do you want a drink? Yes, I love a drink. Win-win situation. At number 6, dairy is scary, so please be wary. And I've been sick a couple times after drinking milk. I'm pretty sure had gone off. But I think it's really important to be cautious of dairy products, because you don't know if they have been pasteurized or if they've sat out for too long and spoiled. Just on the back of that, if you're going to a lassi wala, make sure that he is using cups that are disposable, because sometimes they wash the same cups in the same bucket of water that they've been using for like the last half hour, and you don't know what other people have. You don't know if people have been sick. Number 7, before you get into the tuk-tuk, make sure you agree on a price. There's nothing worse than getting in the tuk-tuk, being halfway through your journey and being like, this is probably about 400 rupees, and the guy digging you up for 1200 rupees. You're already in there, so he can take you wherever the heck he wants. He can just kick you out right now and you get no way to get home. Before you get in, you gotta be like, I would like to go to the Niagara Fort, and we can do it for 600 rupees. And most of the time the guy will be like, yes, we can do it for that much. Or he'll try to haggle you a bit up Be persistent. You can get those prices down. Number 8, stay in the authentic hotels. Come to India to experience India. You want to be staying in some like renovated palaces where they've got all the authentic furniture and you can live like a Maharaja. That's fun. Let's stay in some whitewashed Hilton hotel. I think it's really important that you do support local business owners, and you will find that you get a better service from them because you can be more intimate with them. You can talk to the owners and they'll tell you a lot more than Mr. Hilton can tell you, let me be honest with that. So I guess you just gotta appreciate India for what it is, because it isn't the Western world, it is India. It is amazing India, where they have thousands and thousands of years of culture. Number 9 or is number 10? I think it might be number 9. Cash is king. Everywhere you go, people will gladly take your card hold cash. It makes it easier to avoid taxes. Mr. Agenda on the side of the road there making doses ain't gonna have an ATM machine, so it's best for you guys to have cash all the time, because you never know when you might get into a sticky situation and you need a couple rupees to get you through. As you guys are probably aware right now, there has been a massive shortage of cash in India. Most ATMs will only let you take between 4,000 and 8,000 rupees out. Number 10, here's my top tip to getting the best deal. Haggling. It's very hard to rip off an Indian, as I found out. A lot of people I've talked to have said yes. In fact, everything you are saying, they probably bought it for half the price, so no matter how low the price goes, it is impossible to rip them off. And if you don't want something, then just walk out of the shop. You don't have to be apologetic for it. You can just tell them, no, I'm not really interested, I'm just going to leave. And they might bring the price down. You might think, wow, that's actually kind of a good deal. But if you're persistent that you walk out, you'll see the price goes down further and further as you walk closer to the door. Another good tip is when you're at like a monument, they usually have a lot of hawkers around the entrances where it's free before you go inside and it's not free. So they'll be trying to sell you a bunch of crap. I know you guys have seen me walking around with that turban on all the time, or the umbrella. I have a lot. I didn't even want to buy those. The way to do it is, you actually decide what the price is in your mind. You say, you're trying to sell it to me for 800, so it's probably worth 200. So what you do, you open your wallet, you pull out the 200 rupees, and you place it in the guy's hand, and you take the object. Now, there's 2 things that can happen. The guy can be like, no, I want more. And you can say, oh no, I don't really want it then. Take your money back and give him back the object. Usually when the hawkers have the cash in their hand, they're very reluctant to give it back. So most of the time they'll be like, okay, fine, you checkmate, and you'll find yourself getting a deal. You might just say, okay, I'm really not interested. And I mean, you don't really lose anything because you didn't want to buy it in the first place. Number 11, pack light. For a Westerner, India isn't a hugely expensive place. There's so many clothes and souvenirs and so much you can just buy. There's so many amazing treasure troves, and you are better off supporting the local economy by buying clothes and bringing them back, rather than bringing your own clothes and washing them and washing them and washing them. Save all your money in washing, because washing ain't cheap unless you're in a rural town, which washing is cheap, and then you might find your clothes come back with all the buttons smashed because they tend to bang it on the rocks down the river. So yes, I have had my buttons smashed before while staying in a rural town, so be mindful of that. You can buy tops for $2 or $3. You don't even wash them again. You can just keep piling them on. You can buy another suitcase, keep buying more and more stuff. So go there packing really lightly. That's what I did. I bought 2 shirts, 2 pairs of pants and a jacket, which evidently was not enough. My mom was like, pack light. And I was like, okay, I'm packing light. This is the definition of packing light. And I pretty much had nothing in the suitcase. I ran out of clothes very quickly, but I bought so many clothes, and there will be a haul video coming out soon, so you guys can watch what I bought in India. 12, dress code. I think that it's important for everyone to understand that it's a different culture, and while it might be acceptable in Australia to walk around with your shoulders like this and low cleavage and short shorts, in India it's generally not acceptable to dress around like that, and you might find yourself getting harassed. I always recommend wearing shirts that have sleeves on them and wearing pants that come at least to above the knee. It's just common courtesy, you know. You probably will be going into a lot of mosques and temples, and yes, you have to be properly covered there, because it's just disrespectful to go in there with short shorts with your bum hanging out. Number 13, coming back to the dress code. India isn't always hot, guys. Yes, it is very hot in the summertime, But yes, there is also winter in India, and it does get quite cold. If you've seen any of my videos, I've got like a freaking parka on. Especially if you're in the northern part of India, it is like in the Himalayas. So no, you can't just walk around in a t-shirt every single day and expect not to be freezing your ass off. Bring a jacket. Go to Uniqlo. They have the ones that fold down into like little balls. I definitely recommend those. And you will be 10 times very thankful to me for that. Number 40. When you ask for something spicy in India and you are a person who does not look Indian, there is a reasonable chance that they will not give it to you spicy because they think you can't handle the spice. It is important to specify, no, I do not want any foreigner spice. I would like it Indian spicy, very spicy, actually spicy. Otherwise you're going to be getting like a butter chicken style thing instead of a vindaloo. Number 15. If you're catching a train anywhere with valuables, it's really important that you hold onto them for dear life. A lot of people catch trains and anyone can really come through the carriages. If you don't want to get anything stolen, make sure it's on your person at all times. Try not to fall asleep unless you've got other people around you to watch your stuff. If there's only one or two of you, you can get a bike chain and just bike chain the luggage to the chair. That way it's going to be very hard for someone to steal your stuff whilst there's a changeover at stations. This is just a general travelling tip. There are thieves in every single country. Even if your hometown, there's going to be thieves. So it's really important that you do keep an eye on your stuff. Number 16! In any country, nobody likes an asshole, so just don't be an asshole. There is no need for you to be rude. There's no need for you to be obnoxious. You don't have to be pretentious. You don't have to think you're better than other people or locals or whatever. That's just unnecessary, and I wouldn't expect that type of behaviour from anyone, so just don't do it. It's annoying for other people that travel with you as well. Finally, number 17. Uber is cheap. Uber is very cheap. Uber is unbelievably cheap. I'm kidding you not. I travelled for $1.50 halfway across town. I honestly don't understand how they can do it for so cheap, because it actually costs the same amount of money to run a car regardless of where you are. Petrol's the same price. It's very, very, very cheap. And usually if you're paying with MasterCard, every third trip is free. So you're only paying for 2 out of 3 trips and they're like $1.50 each. It's really, really bizarre. But definitely hop onto it if you can. Make sure you always travel with someone, regardless of where you go in the world. It's just a safety thing. If you're by yourself, no one knows where you are. Even if you're updating people you know, it is always safe just to go with someone else. And try not to talk to strangers too much, because you never know what they might want from you. Thanks guys for watching this video. If you liked it, then leave a big thumbs up. Don't forget to leave a comment below telling me your top tips for traveling to India. I don't know what I'm doing right now. And subscribe. I make new videos every 2, 3, 4 days. And I would love to have you here on my channel. See you later, dude.